This is Mark. Thanks for watching. Hi, I'm Mark and I'm in person with you. And we are doing this worksheet. Yay! And today's pattern is subject plus should or shouldn't plus the base verb. The subject, who the advice is directed toward. Should, recommendation, suggestions, and the verb is in the base form. That is, it is not conjugated. It is not put in the past. It is not put in the present progressive. For example, play. That is the base verb. We don't say, we're not going to do played or playing. We're just going to use play, the base form, okay? And the function, okay? Function right here. The function of this pattern, recommendations, advice or guidance, suggestions, warning in the negative. So shouldn't, right? That's negative, and so that's a warning. You shouldn't do that, right? And then we have some topics, for example, health and vocabulary, exercise, eat, sleep. So for example, you should exercise, right? And so that's giving recommendations, advice, guidance, suggestions. If we want to go negative, we say you shouldn't smoke, right? That's not healthy. You shouldn't smoke. So that's a warning. It's in the negative, shouldn't. And we are going to make sentences. Well, here is the worksheet, and we have 3 parts. Part 1, Part 2, Part 3. Part 1, make sentences. Part 2, example sentences. You will listen to the example sentences. You will read the example sentences, and you will shadow the example sentences. That is speaking practice. And then in the third part, there is a quiz. Yeah? So are you ready to get into it? Yeah? Okay, let's get into it. So let's look at the worksheet. I'm going to pop it up on the screen here. And here we go. All right, so there is the pattern. So subject, should, verb, and then we have our subjects, he, she, it, and then of course should, shouldn't, and the verb, which is in the base form or the dictionary form. So we can make sentences, he should go or he shouldn't go, she should go, she shouldn't go, it should go, it shouldn't go, and then we have our other subjects, I, you, we, they, I shouldn't go, I should go, I shouldn't go, you should go, you shouldn't go, we should go, we shouldn't go, they should go, they shouldn't go. All right, so that is the pattern. So now let's make sentences. So that is part 1. So let's move the worksheet up. Oh, and real quick, of course, on my Patreon, you can get the worksheets. Support me on Patreon and get the worksheets. Yes. Okay, we're moving the worksheet up. Here we go. So we can make sentences. Yeah, let's do it. Let's make sentences. That's good. Okay, so we have 8 examples, and then number 9, you do your own sentence, right? Okay, number 1, you should lock your bicycle, right? So use the subject, should, it's part of our pattern here, and then lock is the base verb, and then more information, your bicycle. You should lock your bicycle. 2, you should buy a new toaster, right? Look at that toaster. It's on fire. You should buy a new toaster. 3, you should get this book. Oh, that's a nice recommendation, right? Oh, you should get this book. Number 4, you shouldn't chew gum. Oh, that's a warning. It's bad. Gum is bad for your teeth. So you shouldn't chew gum. Number 5, you shouldn't worry, right? So that's also a warning, like it's not good for you. Don't worry. You shouldn't worry. 6, you shouldn't be overconfident. All right, there's another warning. You shouldn't be overconfident, right? Because then you might make a mistake. So you shouldn't be overconfident. 7, you should turn down the music. It's too loud. You should turn down the music. Number 8, you shouldn't be afraid, right? So that's another warning. It's not good to be afraid, so you shouldn't be afraid. Now, number 9, you do your own sentence, right? Okay, good. All right, so so right there we, hold on, I'll just take it off here real quick. Here we go. Okay, so we made sentences, right? So let's check it off. Well done. Okay, now in the second part of the worksheet, we have example sentences. So of course, I want you to listen. Listen is very important, right? Because if you don't understand, then you can't communicate. So you need to be able to understand, and we understand by listening. Okay, so I'm going to read these example sentences, and I want you to listen carefully. After I read the example sentences, we will read them together. You will see the sentences, you will see the words. Okay, let's do it. Please listen carefully. I'll read each sentence twice. Okay, so count down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. You should listen to your parents' advice. You should listen to your parents' advice. You shouldn't waste water during a drought. You shouldn't waste water during a drought. She should study for the upcoming exam. She should study for the upcoming exam. He shouldn't, I can't see. Okay. He shouldn't eat too much junk food. He shouldn't eat too much junk food. They should call the doctor if they're not feeling well. They should call the doctor if they aren't feeling well. The students shouldn't forget to submit their assignments. The students shouldn't forget to submit their assignments. It should rain later in the day. It should rain later in the day. The dog should be taken for a walk every morning. The dog should be taken for a walk every morning. I shouldn't be late for the meeting. I shouldn't be late for the meeting. You should apologize for what you said. You should apologize for what you said. Okay, good. That was listening. You listened to me read the sentences. Now let's look at the sentences. Let's read the sentences together. And now you can see how well you understood the sentences, right? Okay, so here we go. Let's have a look at the sentences. And there they are. We can make it a little bit larger. Yeah, a little easier to see, I think. Okay, let's read the sentences together. Okay, here we go. You should listen to your parents' advice. You should listen to your parents' advice. We shouldn't waste water during a drought. We shouldn't waste water during a drought. She should study for the upcoming exam. She should study for the upcoming exam. He shouldn't eat too much junk food. He shouldn't eat too much junk food. They should call the doctor if they're not feeling well. They should call the doctor if they're not feeling well. The students shouldn't forget to submit their assignments. The students shouldn't forget to submit their assignments. It should rain later in the day. It should rain later in the day. The dog should be taken for a walk every morning. The dog should be taken for a walk every morning. I shouldn't be late for the meeting. I shouldn't be late for the meeting. You should apologize for what you said. You should apologize for what you said. Okay. Good, good, good. All right, now it's time to shadow, right? So we listened, we read, and now it's time to shadow. That is speaking practice. You're going to say the sentences with me at the same time. You're not going to repeat. You're going to say the sentences at the same time. You'll be using two skills at the same time, your listening skills and speaking skills. Input, output, input, output. It's a challenge, but that's why you are here. Okay, so let's shadow, let's practice speaking, okay? Here we go. Countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You should listen to your parents' advice. You should listen to your parents' advice. We shouldn't waste water during a drought. We shouldn't waste water during a drought. She should study for the upcoming exam. She should study for the upcoming exam. He shouldn't eat too much junk food. He shouldn't eat too much junk food. They should call the doctor if they're not feeling well. They should call the doctor if they're not feeling well. The students shouldn't forget to submit their assignment. The students shouldn't forget to submit their assignments. It should rain later in the day. It should rain later in the day. The dog should be taken for a walk every morning. The dog should be taken for a walk every morning. I shouldn't be late for the meeting. I shouldn't be late for the meeting. You should apologize for what you said. You should apologize for what you said. All right. Good, good, good. Let's have a look one more time at the sentences. Let's read them one more time. You should listen to your parents' advice. We shouldn't waste water during a drought. She should study for the upcoming exam. He shouldn't eat too much junk food. They should call the doctor if they're not feeling well. The students shouldn't forget to submit their assignments. It should rain later in the day. The dog should be taken for a walk every morning. I shouldn't be late for the meeting. You should apologize for what you said. Okay. Well done. Let's check it off because you did it. All right. Now it's time for a quiz. All right. So the third part of the quiz, the worksheet, there is a quiz. Let's have, well, actually, it's a quiz, so you're not going to see it. All right. So the first part, I want you to listen, and then I will show you the quiz. Okay. So please listen carefully. Here we go. Here's the quiz. Number 1, there are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 questions. Or I should say 6 statements here. I call my grandmother this weekend. I call my grandmother this weekend. A, shouldn't. B, should. C, can. I shouldn't call my grandmother this weekend. I should call my grandmother this weekend. I can call my grandmother this weekend. Number 2, she wear a coat in cold weather. She wear a coat in cold weather. Should, can, shouldn't. She should wear a coat in cold weather. She can wear a coat in cold weather. She shouldn't wear a coat in cold weather. 3, you forget to lock the door before leaving. You forget to lock the door before leaving. Should, might, shouldn't. You should forget to lock the door before leaving. You might forget to lock the door before leaving. You shouldn't forget to lock the door before leaving. Number 4, you take the medicine after meals. You take the medicine after meals. Shouldn't, should, might. You shouldn't take the medicine after meals. You should take the medicine after meals. You might take the medicine after meals. Number 5, she get enough sleep before. Okay, she get enough sleep for better health. She get enough sleep for better health. Should, can, shouldn't. She should get enough sleep for better health. She can get enough sleep for better health. She shouldn't get enough sleep for better health. Number 6, they help clean up after the party. They help clean up after the party. Could, might, should. They could help clean up after the party. They might help clean up after the party. They should help clean up after the party. Okay, let's have a look, and then you can take your guess. You can answer. You can give the answers for the quiz here. Okay, number 1, I call my grandmother this weekend. Shouldn't, should. And the answer, yes, it's should. I should call my grandmother this weekend. Number 2, she wear a coat in cold weather. Should, can, shouldn't. And the answer, yes, should. She should wear a coat in cold weather. Number 3, you forget to lock the door before leaving. Should, might, shouldn't. That's right, it is C, shouldn't. You shouldn't forget to lock the door before leaving. Number 4, you take the medicine after meals. Shouldn't, should, might. That's right, it is B, you should. You should take the medicine after meals. Number 5, she get enough sleep for better health. Should, can, shouldn't. And of course, A, she should get enough sleep for better health. Number 6, they help clean up after the party. Could, might, should. And of course, it is C. They should help clean up after the party. Okay, great. And there are the answers below. Okay, great job, everyone. All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate everyone. I appreciate your kind support. And of course, get the worksheet on my Patreon. That'd be great. Oh, you did the quiz, right? We got to check it off. Well done, everyone. Yeah. Okay, good job. Thank you so much. I will see you again for another video of you and I doing a worksheet together. Yes, me in person with you doing a worksheet. Okay, thanks so much. I will see you next time. Take it easy. Bye. Thank you.